In 2009, the LEGO Group launched their first ever Winter Village set, the Winter Village Toy Shop, retailing for a grand total of $59.99. Over a decade later, the theme is still going strong, but now feels drug out, mundane, and boring. This is my opinion on the LEGO Winter Village sets. Before we start this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications to never miss one of my videos. Without further ado, let's dive in. In 2009, I remember seeing this set in the catalog. I loved the Winter Village Toy Shop. I thought it was the pinnacle of LEGO sets to own. My personal favorite time for LEGO ever was the late 2000s to early 2010s. This might have been because I was growing up and in that target age for LEGO, but also the mix between classic building techniques and now having more updated pieces and minifigures meshed so well, in my opinion, that it created some of the most memorable LEGO sets ever made. Now, this set was so simple but looked so incredible. Its awesome Christmas tree mixed with the set felt like it was a great set to purchase. Then, the next year, they created the next Winter Village set, the Winter Village Bakery. Again, I loved this LEGO set. I thought it was incredible. You got the little bakery mixed with the ice rink. I felt like everything in this set was just perfect. You got your set, and then you got an area for your minifigures to play at. I could not want anything more. It continued with the LEGO Winter Village Post Office, one of my personal top favorites, mostly because I play the banjo, and this comes with a banjo player minifigure. The set was incredible. The Winter Village Cottage was next, and again, it was sticking in the same theme, this older style of Legos, feeling more like the 80s or the 70s of Lego. And then the Carousel, the Winter Village Market, the pinnacle of Winter Village sets in my opinion. This set is incredible, and if there's one Winter Village set that I regret not buying, it was this set. This set I spent hours looking at in the catalog, dreaming of purchasing it, and I never did. The first sign of trouble, in my opinion, for the Winter Village line came with the Santa's Workshop. It changed from this classic style of LEGO to this modern, updated style, taking the classic minifigures and revamping them, no longer using the simplistic designs of the minifigures, no longer using the simplistic designs of the buildings, now trying to spruce it up to appeal to a new audience. This continued with a revamped version of the Winter Village Toy Shop the next year. This was a mix for me. I like that they were bringing back the classic look of Winter Village, but something was wrong. The Holiday Train was a great set, but not what I wanted Winter Village to be. The Winter Village train station was horrible in my mind. Why would I pay $80 for a train station with snow on the roof? And then the fire station. Oh, the fire station. They went back to kind of this older design, but by this point, it felt dragged out to me. It was boring and not my favorite set. I wish that I bought the fire station still. It's personally my favorite of the newer Winter Village sets. But then the gingerbread house the next year completely failed in my mind. They went with this new updated style of LEGO, and it didn't work. The Elf Clubhouse continued this just all-out colorful showcase, no longer going with this older classic style. The Santa's visit this year is, again, boring to me. No longer do you get these cool buildings to build out a town, but now you're getting a house. We've got to almost the same set the last 3 years in a row. All versions of houses. And it's boring. Feels drugged out. I feel like LEGO needs to go back to the roots of the Winter Village sets. Go back to the roots of the classic buildings, classic smiley faces, and just classic LEGO sets all around. If they could redo sets like the post office, like the cottage, like the Winter Village Market, I feel like it would have a much greater impact on fans. Personally, I don't see myself buying any of the Winter Village sets. None of them. None of the new ones coming, none of the old ones. The old ones are great, but they're just way too expensive. The original Winter Village set, according to Brickset, goes for $143 used. The Winter Village Bakery goes for $249, and the post office goes for $275. They're just too expensive in my mind. I missed out on the classic Winter Village sets, and I will always live with that regret. I wish that I could have bought them all. I wish that I could have a massive Winter Village display, but sadly, that was not it. I was more into City and Star Wars at that time and buying the cheaper sets because I couldn't afford the bigger ones. Winter Village is a weird mix for me. It's nostalgic mixed with now the distaste of the modern sets. I'm bored by the standard Lego at the moment and kind of wish for the more nostalgic versions. I like the classic Lego smiley faces. I get that kids might want the more updated prints, but there's something about just the classic Lego that I love. These sets were so simple, and coming in at like a $60 price point, $70 price points, you could not beat them. Lego Winter Village feels drugged out, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It feels like it's gone on so long that now they're just repeating ideas and ideas. I understand that they're trying to revamp some of the older sets and release them as a nostalgic thing to get people like myself to buy them. But it feels like there's so much potential that they've just keep wasted over and over. Every year I look forward to the Winter Village set, hoping that it will be like the old ones, but it's not. It's boring. And the last 3 years of getting houses are boring. The gingerbread house was cool, as it wasn't my favorite. I never thought I was going to purchase it. Then the Elf Clubhouse was even more boring to me. It just didn't really fit like a Winter Village set. And this year's set just feels like a normal house with snow on the roof. There's nothing interesting about it. There's no intriguing element to it. I like it, but it's not enough to compel me to go out and spend over $100 on it. I like the Winter Village sets, don't get me wrong, but they're boring. I understand that thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, love the modern Winter Village sets. But as a fan of Lego in the 2000s, growing up with that nostalgic element of that just makes me sad to now see what it's turned into. I feel this all around with Lego, looking at sets, feeling like they're just repeating sets over and over. With the quantity of sets that they're putting out these days, it feels like every set is just the same old set again and again. Winter Village has been around too long that now they can't just do these boring ideas. They created a fire station, they created a post office, they created a toy store. Why not create more fun sets like this? Take the bakery idea and expand it, make a new version of that. Make a restaurant, maybe make a hotel, make so many other buildings that could fit into this category. You could make a winter bookstore. Think of how cool that would be. The winter bookstore. It would look great next to the bookstore modular building. Lego Winter Village has so much potential, but it's wasted each year in my opinion. As it goes on longer and longer, the theme gets worse and worse. Take a step back, Lego. Look at the product you're putting out there. Look at the product that once was. Draw from the inspiration that used to be, and put out more products like that. Let me know if you agree with my feelings in the comments down below. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.